Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Trails the Third. We are back at Leiston Fortress and after fighting Canon we got some new set of keys and I think we should try them out and see where it will take us. And of course, as you can see, I went back to the garden to replenish our CP and of course our HP and EP, so we are ready for whatever comes next. And I think it was the main command center. Which keys we got? This building is the command center. Wow. Was the army compensating for something with this thing or what? Looks like there's about 3 floors to it. Is that right? Well, we didn't see anything higher than the first floor when we snuck in here before. Maybe we just missed the staircase to get to the higher floors. Well, the building was deliberately designed to confuse would-be intruders. And unless the layout has changed significantly compared to the real fortress, one of the doors in here will lead us to the staircase leading up. Oh, okay. Alright, shall we continue? Richard unlocked the door using the key. Everyone, these trials will be like none we've ever faced before. Yet, there is but one clear path for us to take. So I must ask, are you with me? It is the only when we fight together that we can overcome the great wall that stands before us and attain victory. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so let's see who's gonna be in here. And to be honest, it's probably General Morgan. And the only one I can think of after that, if there is one after the General, would be Cassius. I know I said that I thought that he would be someone that we will meet at the very last, because they seem like they are ramping it up with every location we go with how strong the opponent is. And in my eyes, Cassius is one of the strongest ones out there. So having to face him right now before we are even to the last dungeon, or one before last, and having him fight here already, who are we gonna fight next? Is that gonna be Wiseman or something? I don't know, but there's only one way to find out, and that's just by going ahead and see. But we're definitely gonna fight General Morgan, I'm relatively sure about that. Will these ones also have strong and highly experienced? Yeah, I'm gonna go with what I know, and I know that the red ones at least have status ailments that I do not care much for. But that is preemptive, so it doesn't matter who we attack, but it's just for the principle of things. The door is locked. By now, it doesn't mean a lot. It can be that it's actually locked, or we need to find a key in order to get through it. We'll see. And of course, clicking everything in rooms like this, who knows? Maybe we do find a little Sepith storage somewhere. Amazing and sparkling. You see a human skeleton that wasn't in there before. Hey, you got to hide your corpses somewhere. Let's go with no healing. So close, so close. I think we do have a very high chance to getting all those recipes, because despite everything, it's very linear. The only deviations you have in this game are the memories, which of course we will partake in after we finish off the fortress, maybe. Found Curia Bomb, because that's the only one thing that I'm still contemplating. Will I do it after fortress or at the end of the plane, as we have been doing before, so we can just continue on with the story of the plane itself until we open up the door until the next layer. Ah well, we'll figure it out and I'll make a decision. Blind 2. You're causing terrible, terrible damage across the kingdom. How does it feel? Well, sometimes you gotta break some eggs when you're in a war. Ooh. Yeah, and this is the location I thought we would find Sid, because this was his office at some point, together with a door here somewhere. Bring to me the repenting patriot. Only then shall the door open. Which is Richard, of course. Nope, not yet. We're gonna have so many memory episodes when we decide to start with them. Which is fine, of course. Let's get rid of his minions before getting over the leader. I would wonder when the guard symbol is up, will it also guard against the death blow that my characters have? Not that it matters much, because if we're not doing any damage, the effectiveness is really low. Right, on to the basement where the prisoners are. Why are you in your own cell? Are you afraid of us or something? Topaz Gem. Thieving attempt failed. Minus 20 charisma. I think Kevin has plenty of charisma left, but is that a better... Yeah, it is. The best defensive court. So far, I'm only seeing that they are really strong, but no status ailments in their strikes. Which I'm perfectly fine with, by the way. Also looking if there's nothing in the background that we cannot see. EP Charge 3. Kevin briefly considers taking the chest as a new weapon, but he's not quite Bowie enough. Oh, that is really bad pun. Richard, you just wait. And then we can have Tina critically acclaim those two. Perfect. It is very funny, when you look at the stats, you think that Richard would be one of the strongest characters in our group at this moment, and Kevin is still stronger. Yes, there is still a couple of levels difference, but even so, with the potential successor to the Divine Blade, returning kind of promise, doesn't it? Fruity Temptation. You realized that what was in your stomach just now, right? Alright. Another healing. Give me some temptation. Cures the normal statuses. C01 key. I was expecting there to be a monster in the chest with the key, but okay. A small plate of windowless glass lies on the bottom of the empty box. Alas, another unexpected chest pane. I'm more curious, can we look through that window? Is it into another realm of existence? Because we are here, of course, in an altered dimensional place. So it's not totally unthinkable that something like that could happen. Alright. Ooh. Yeah, You're not gonna survive this. Sorry, mate. I have to be honest, through the entirety of the game, with that status, we haven't had a lot of, well, chances, opportunities that is used against us. I think maybe 5 or 6 times and that's it. All the other times we could manipulate the group to work for our own benefit, which I find very curious. Lucky, most of all, of course. Okay. Yes, use it. Will this lead directly to it? Damn. So many chests, so many corners. Nice job, Pandora. Hey, you know what they say? Pandora makes the nicest boxes. Oh man, so many. Wind Gem. Did you hear about the 2 braces in high school? They went to Shining Prom together? No. But those are like so bad pun. If you don't know the game, you don't even understand the joke. So it's bad pun, definitely. Alright, same setup. Use the grouping to the person with the grouping experience. Had hoped on a little bit more on the officer. Oh, that's not a miss. That's just ultimate fail. Yeah, I have a feeling if we continue on this direction, we'll find another chest with another key in it. But yeah, this dungeon turns out to be a lot bigger than I expected it to be. Because right now, what we've already walked is already leagues more than we walked in the previous episode on the terrain with the 2 buildings. Well, it is the command center, so it is one of the more important locations here on the base. I think that's the reason also why Richard said it is supposed to confuse would-be invaders. Having said that, they could have given us a map or something to make it a little bit easier to get through. Long Barrel 3. Acerbic tomatoes are people. No, they are not. They're not people, they're just very bitter food stuff. Terrible to eat. I still cannot imagine why it's so popular right now. Alright. Even though we had a little hand in that. Ooh. Very deadly Joshua in this fight. Yeah, that's the one thing I'm not gonna miss when we make our transition into Cold Steel. I really doubt that there would be a cursor there, so we won't have that popping up every now and then through every recording. Oh, now I'm wondering, are we going the right way? EP Charge 3. My vocal instructor told me I should use my chest more often. Oh my god, is this the fortress, Impregnable Fortress, or this is the Fortress of Puns? Jesus. Well, at least the amount of sap that we get from the fights are relatively decent. But so many fights, so many walkways. Because right now, in the back of my head, and I'm relatively fine with admitting it, I really want to, should I go back to the other side? I know we can probably still check it out after we fought Morgan, because I'm pretty sure after him we get some way to get to the docks where we found that Harriet or fighter jet or whatever you want to call it to attack us. So I can always go back then, but... Oh, come on! Can you stop with all the corridors, please? Ooh, save it. Nice, nice, nice. Well, you could move it up to 1,000 by now, come on. I should have listened to my parents and become a cupboard instead. Celestial Bomb. This chest is empty, but it smells pleasantly minty. Do you just get confirmed that Celestial Bomb is very minty indeed? Yeah, I think in between episodes there's gonna be a lot of extra exploration here, trying to locate the other sides. You know what? I think if we are getting into the right direction, and we will, because of that, of course, have a few corridors left we haven't checked yet, I'll probably do them after the boss fight, after the Guardian fight. And another chest. Okay, that's actually really cute. COT key. Fine, take it. I don't even want it anymore. Okay, so I was right with my assumption, even though I did not expect that amount of corridors in between the key and this location. Definitely not. Ooh, I did not expect that. Yeah, Richard can take care of the red one. Ooh, that's a barrack tomato. Gotta be a coincidence that we got that comment just now from the chest. Preemptive attack. Oh, and I still have so many chests that I haven't seen yet. Yeah, I think this is one of the dungeons we've come across with the highest density of chests in the game. Definitely. But to be honest, we haven't found any weapons or armor, right? Just some basic stuff, nothing more. So many. Alright, if we keep continuing this on and we end up with those 3 chests, meaning we need to go all the way back, I will probably just cut out the entire walk back, because by now it's a pretty long walk. And since we already walked the part together, we don't have to redo that once again. And I have to say, if this General Morgan we have to fight, he has really bunkered himself in trying to not have to fight us. Oh, I wonder if he's gonna mention his hatred he had of bracers towards us. Well, I don't think it's necessarily hatred, it's more like that we are doing the army's job more than he does, maybe? Found Curia Bomb. You know what song I have stuck in my head? Neither do I. Crest Charm Plus. This chest is covered with a thick layer of funky smelling mildew. But you're gonna wear the Crest Charm anyway, aren't you? Hell yeah. More Sepith, always nice. This chest contains the meaning of life. So are they saying that in this world, Sepith is life? Not far off actually, because quartz and Sepith is what runs the entire economy of this country, so... Perfect.
Not bad.
More corridors, come on! Yeah, we just have to continue on. Because there's no point in turning around only to find out that it was a dead end. Because I do believe this has to end at some point as well. Because I truly do believe we need to be at the beginning of that area. It is ironic that Richard said, yes, all these corridors are to confuse the enemy, and we are literally getting confused by all the corridors. I think that's actually proper design. I don't know how it actually worked in real life when you consider where all the corridors are leading. Can you imagine how big that building actually must be? But I do like the concept, that we are actually getting confused trying to find where the end is. And only if you are determined enough will you be able to find it. That's definitely for sure. Hey, and if anyone is determined, it's definitely me. That's the door? Oh my, that means all the other corridors are just extra corridors with chests. Oh, we definitely need to check that out. First, let's get through here. Alright, so confirmation, this is the boss room. And having activated this, makes it for us very easy to check the other corridors first and then warp right here, because I do want to check them. Just for the short instance that I keep on making my same mistakes as always, but I was saying that your chances of getting armor, weapons, that kind of stuff, increasing our damage capacity or our defensive capabilities. Well, with the amount that we still need to check, I think it's safe to say that we can craft fights up. was so hoping that the green officers would have given like armor or weapons or something on a very rare drop rate. Seeing as how much we need to fight them here, I'm pretty sure there would have been a chance of us getting something.
That's that thing. Let's move out.
Alright, so which way did I need to go? Where was that turn in the road? I know that we have one left on this part of the facility, and the other one would be all the way in the beginning. Oh, I'm confused. Which route was it? I think the only way we can actually confirm that is if we find a chest or something. Well, if we find a chest and it's closed, then I'm in the right direction. If it's already opened and it's the wrong one. Again, very good job at confusing. Yes, right direction, perfect. Oh. As tablet? Now that I'm empty, have you considered depositing all your mirror inside? Hell no. Alright, so that's it for here. I'm gonna make it all the way back to the beginning for the original split in the road. And check the other side, because if here is where we need to be to fight General Morgan, I'm pretty... and I'm already assuming that it's him. It's the most logical step up. We will check those chests there first before basically tapping on the door of the Guardian and see what he can give us to proceed further. So I will see you at the split. Alright, I think this is it. I took the sneaky way out and just teleported back to the beginning of the level and re-entered the command center, because I knew it wasn't too many corridors towards this. So let's pick up the final few chests, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's only just 2 rooms, but at least we can finish it off together. Terrell Bomb. If I didn't want to be opened, I would have taken a job as a coffin. And it literally is just 2 rooms. If I just moved a little bit forward, we would have had it. Fine. You are our final enemy before the Guardian. Oh, really? Oh well. With one enemy freezing, not that much of a problem. It's just like a normal shot. It's not like he can do any follow-up on it. Alright. I think it's back for us to get to the right location. And now we've seen everything, every corridor, every chest. And if I somehow have forgotten one, please feel free to write in the comments. I would definitely follow up on it. Alright, let's see if we're up for it. What time do you call this? You're late, all of you. What? General Morgan? I expected. What is the meaning of all of this? I get dragged here by some bizarre masked hoodlum, stripped of my free will, and I'm now being used like some sort of puppet? This is humiliating. I've never been so damned infuriated in all my years. General? Looks like he hasn't changed a bit. Well, I suppose getting angry won't do me any good. You all have my sympathies for the situation you've been forced into. So, Joshua Bright, how have you been faring on your journey? Are you still doing well? Yes, thank you. I'm glad to see you're still in good health too. Bah, I'm way past my prime. The sooner I can pass my duties over to your father and retire, the better. I'm sure you've more than earned it. Richard, I have plenty I want to say to you and a lot I could say to you. But I'm not sure I'm the best person to do so, so I'll let you off for now. Thank you, General. Regardless, I think we've wasted enough time talking. There's no avoiding a battle between us. You might as well get started on it. A halberd? Ideos, I'm not sure when I last saw one of those. Don't underestimate this weapon. In his hands, it's extremely deadly. Before the machinations of the army began, that halberd claimed the lives of countless foes on the battlefield. I haven't had cause to wield this thing since the martial art tournament 2 years ago, however. But if you struggle against an old man like me, your odds of success in the trials ahead are grim indeed. Don't hold back now. Show me what you've got. Is that normal officers? No, definitely not. Same text though, I think. Roughly the same. No status. For one, his halberd is not to be belittled. Oh, I'm pretty sure of that. So, I did hear that upcoming challenges will get harder and harder and much harder for me to also brute force my way through it. So, does mean that we need to up our statuses and lowering that of the enemies as much as we can to enhance our chances of fighting this foe. So I think we should do just that. I don't think it would be necessary right now, but it will definitely help us. Does he have something like that? He is not fast at all. But it does mean that everyone will have to at least endure one hit of everyone. Oh no, if we can slow down Morgan, it would have been worth it. Alright. And if we can time our S-crafts as soon as we see some damage enhancements like those 10s down there, we should definitely use it in that capacity. But I think the speed down will be a good indicator for us whether or not at least the general is susceptible to lowering certain stats. Some resistance. Alright. Let's try to do some damage. Do we have some... Ooh, yes! This is the one I wanted to see. Might as well. And speed down as well. And they were all in the region, so that's perfect. And of course, by lowering their arch defense, we had a little bit of extra damage that we could pull from that, of course. Oh, look at this HP pool that he has. That's huge. I'm impressed, General. Genuinely impressed. And do we want to unload? Because I do think that the next round of Kevin should be some form of healing, isn't it? Might as well do it now. We have more all heals than 10,000 heals. That's really strange, isn't it? It's probably from all the fights that we've been doing. Yeah, and the reason I'm healing here is because just in case General Morgan had any ideas. Yeah, I think after Tita I will just see the situation, because the reason I want to use her is because I want to rebuild up her CP a little bit so we can summon our orbital gear, which I have grown very fond of. Perfect amount of damage. Damn, just a pure strike, that's it, nothing more. I want to wait until we have a way to empower him a bit more. Anything else we want to see? This might be nice. Alright, that will take care of the minions, and now we can fully focus on General Morgan. KO. I'm pretty sure he's resistant against that. A Guardian that can get killed by KO would be a very poor Guardian indeed. We still have so much left for us to use. It doesn't have any reason to do it. We might as well just use attack delay. Because if that works, it has more effect than the entire low, if you know what I mean. Because we push him back on the line. Extremely nice. Alright. What else? Gorgon Arrow, haven't seen that used before. Of course resistant, but the amount of damage is definitely uh-oh. Wow. And that isn't even his S-craft yet. Just making sure that everyone is perfectly in the area. Because he still has an S-craft he can potentially use, so... Is he gonna let us off the hook? And Joshua, can you please unfeint yourself? Simple attack? Yes, it is. That wasn't too bad. But a real big increase in ability and HP compared to the last one, definitely. Not so much his minions, but more the Guardian himself. Well, that's something of a relief. Perhaps you might be able to pull off a miracle with that strength. Then our final foe is who I fear it is? Indeed it is. And no matter how strong he may be, he is a human like the rest of us. No man is invincible. Pour everything you have into the battle, and you may yet be able to defeat him. Understood. Still, I'm a little disappointed. The thought that he may actually be defeated in battle, and I won't be there to see it happen, is a frustrating one. Should we ever meet again, I'd like to know how the battle went. Trust me, if we do get out of here, I'm sure that request can be fulfilled. Well, it sounds like we're in for the fight of our lives. That it will be. I suspect this was always an inevitability, especially as long as I am here. I may not be in any position to ask, but I appreciate it if you would all lend me your strength. This battle should allow me to finally put the past behind me so I can truly move forward, but I cannot win it alone. After a plea like that, how could we refuse? I'd be happy to. It's been 6 years now since he took me in. This will be a good chance to show him how much I've grown in that time. I don't know whether I'll be of any use, but I'm not going to run away. I'm going to try and do what I can to help too. Thank you. All of you. Our next opponent is perhaps the strongest one in the land. No underhanded tricks will work against him. Our only hope is to do as General said and pour everything we have into fighting him. May the goddess smile upon us. Right. And now the question comes, do we want to switch Tida over for Estelle? Because I'm pretty sure there's no one watching that doesn't believe the next opponent isn't Cassius, right? It has to be him. Especially with Joshua, he took me in 6 years ago, there's only one person who did that. So, the thing is, if Estelle, if we want to have her join our party, we need to level her up, because she's way behind, almost 20 levels. So that means that I cannot do Cassius today. Says first recover, just in case of something behind the door. They won't be so cruel as it will cast Cassius right behind it, right? The game will definitely be that cruel. Personally, I was expecting to be like a key or something, or some way to lead us to that new location, which I believe would be the harbor. Who knows, maybe Cassius was the one flying that damn thing. Well, as long as they give us an indicator with red lights, I'm more than confident to walk on forward. And if we can prep for the next time with maybe Estelle in place of Tita, because I think text-wise, Tita has nothing to bring into the conversation against Cassius. Estelle definitely fighting her own father would also be kind of a proving moment for her as well, just like with Richard and Joshua. I think it would be the perfect formation to fight against him with, right? Yeah, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I like that idea. Even though we'll miss a very powerful ally in Tita to help us fight, I think we should be able to make use of it. Depending, the game doesn't throw us in front of him without any indicator that he's ahead. But let's not assume that just yet. And strength-wise, I think Estelle is the same thing. The only difference between Joshua and Estelle is, of course, that she has single targets. And that's also the thing we're gonna miss with Tita going away, because we will not have a multi-targeted attacks anymore. Which is fine. As long as we can get rid of the minions. Multi-targeting is not really a factor, is it? Alright. Alright, last 4 rooms. Will it be a corridor behind it, or just last few chests? Celestials? You find a door note that says chest number 53 was here. Oh god, a chest inside a chest? Oh, chestception. Zern powder. If only I'd come with an explosive trap. Well, the chest would have still be able to be open. God damn it. Really? Okay, I'm gonna choose this side. How much bigger can you make this place, people? Come on! Okay, we do need to get rid of the dog, or else he will get rid of us. So he's not at the harbor, he's actually himself in the command center too? Alright, we're gonna do a few more corridors, but if it keeps on moving on like this, we will save the rest on for the next time. Because if there's gonna be like an entire corridor like we've had before in order to get to General Morgan, then this place is humongous. It really is. More Sepith, beautiful. Did you know the average human body contains enough bones to make an entire human skeleton? Really? The thing that I'm hoping for is that is going to be the same as that we had before, that we need to find a key in order to get into the area where our next opponent is. So that giving us a natural barrier to where we need to stop. Old bomb. There are mustard stains in this chest, meaning it was probably one of the hideouts for Gilbert. I'm pretty sure of it. Alright. Yeah. I think we can be relatively sure this is going to be an entirely full fortress we need to fight our way through in order to get there. So I'm trying to get through the entire thing right now might be a little bit foolish.
That's that thing. Let's move out.
Yin Yang. I have a cousin in Arabonia. He doesn't talk much. Okay, is that a pun that I just don't get, maybe? So convoluted. Yeah, I'm hoping this one will lead to a dead end and a red chest that we saw before.
That's that thing. Let's move out.
And it does! The CO3 key. Give me loot or give me death. It shall be death. Alright, so with gathering up the key, I think it's a nice point and time to call this episode. I think we will have quite a lot of corridors left ahead of us in order to get to where we need to use the key. So for next time, we're gonna probably switch over Tita Forestel, so we have the perfect combination of characters to fight Cassius. Not so much combat-wise, more narrative-wise. I think will be very great to see that. And then we're just gonna walk through all the remaining corridors, trying to find the door where we need the key in order to get to the access of Cassius. And then we'll see if we can beat him in one go. I don't know. He is the Divine Blade. He is one of the top fighters in the on the continent. So it's definitely going to be a challenge. So that's going to be next time. And until then, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you next time as we try to fight Cassius Bright. See you then.